What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about KASPA. KASPA had quite a decent run, just like Terra Luna did over the last couple of days. So let's take a look at that and let's see what else is in store for KASPA. All right, so here we are back at CoinMarketCap. Obviously, market's still fearful. Market in general still isn't very good. It's not great, not terrible. Sideways movements. I expect to see this basically to the end of the year. I think we've had most of the hype moments, but what I am starting to see more and more, like Luna, like KASPA, like Zebek, like other tokens I talk about, we're starting to see projects that have fundamentals that are actively putting out products, kind of like how I'm preaching about every single time. Buying the fundamentals will eventually turn profitable, and while a lot of these aren't in profit maybe on a yearly scale because altcoins obviously got absolutely destroyed, I think there is validity in it. I think we're starting to see a little bit reversals on valid projects, and possibly next year, if we do get more of an altcoin season, we can see bigger booms on it. But if we grab the KASPA chart, we see a similar price move to Luna, obviously not as high because its market cap is a lot bigger. But overall, roughly 70%, and possibly a little lower if you count the little dip before that, or possibly a little higher if you count the dip before that. But you can see basically it rejected at the Bollinger Band, found the middle, and basically, unless we get bad news, I'd say we're looking at a possible price increase. And I think the reason behind that, like I said, I think they are the fundamentals. Like KASPA is actively developing, it is putting out projects. It has stated that several of their products are scheduled to be coming out in 2026. Now, they have claimed stuff like that in the past, so it's not like a one-to-one promise that it's coming out and it's going to generate value. But I found a few comments basically talking about this as well on my Twitter channel. If everything stays on track, Igra, Dagnite, and VProgs will all be launching in 2026. 3 major breakthroughs, maybe aiming a little bit high, but if it's possible, if it does come out, it's very possible. It'll most likely increase the value of KASPA. I'm not saying it 100% will, or it'll happen in January or whenever. Personally, I'm looking at like the Q1, beginning of Q2, where like this year and previous years, we've seen the market basically bounce back and not necessarily reach all-time highs, but we see a lot more volume around this time in the markets. And 10 blocks per second on a proof of work mainnet wasn't supposed to work. KAS 10 BPS. So KASPA is the fastest cryptocurrency and mainnet in the world. So I've said it in my previous videos. I don't think this is to be underestimated, especially if we want a scalable, fast, stable crypto network for real-world applications. This is something we all want, that we're all aiming for, that we're all hoping to happen to naturally increase volume value in crypto. But like if you do this, and you're a company or a fund or basically a bank, something that handles a lot of money, a lot of payments, a lot of transactions, you want the fastest network out there. And the fact that KASPA, with so little marketing, so little what's the word for it, so little hype around it, because I don't think it's very hyped actually, to achieve what it's had, what it already has achieved, I think it's very impressive. And the share of KASPA held for 1+ years continues its sharp rise, now reaching 38.6%. It's one of the clearest signs of conviction-based accumulation rather than trading. So yeah, short-term trading can be good for short-term price increases, but long-term investors into a project, especially with such a big share, I think shows true strength of a project. Even if the money doesn't reflect it now, we're looking at at least I'm looking for undervalued projects. I do this with stocks. I do this with crypto. I do this with almost everything I try to invest in, especially because we want the bigger profit margins. We want to be buying smaller cap projects, not just Bitcoin. We want the upside potential. And if you're looking for a project with potential, I think this is one, because of its fundamentals, its projects, its developments, it's actively working. So it's not just empty promises, and we're seeing stats like this behind it. So in my eyes, the fundamentals are good. We just need a catalyst to push either KASPA's price further up, but I think that 70% price increase is already very interesting in a declining market. I must add to that, because overall it is down. But it is a declining market, and we're seeing prices move up. So I think very interesting. Like the Terra Luna call I made, I bought Terra Luna because they were also having a good development in their technology. I won't get too deep into that. You can watch the other videos I did about Terra Luna in the last couple days. You can find them on my channel. But I think a similar case can be made for KASPA, where everything is pointing in the right direction. It's just the price that hasn't moved yet, because of market conditions. So yeah, I think as time progresses, we'll see more and more of this. Another good positive news note I found is that the KASPA nodes, it keeps growing. So I think in my first video, they were approaching 1,000 nodes. So now they've surpassed 1,000 public nodes, basically bringing more and more stability and not necessarily speed, but at least bringing more and more stability to their network. And I think it's very telling that it's growing at such a rapid rate. And honestly, I think we're gonna see KASPA do well in the future. How well, we don't know. How high the price will go, we don't know. Are there going to be lower lows? We also don't know. But if we are early investors, if we are early adopters, we want to be there before the prices go up, before everybody's sure about a project, then I think now is the time to be buying this. And I am buying this. So I hold KASPA. I bought KASPA. I still hold KASPA. I've not sold a lot of it as well. So yeah, do with that what you want to do. No financial advice, of course. This is just personally what I'm personally doing. I think it has staying power. I think it definitely has, and its market cap is only 1 billion. Like, if it does really well, we can see possibly a 10 or 12 billion. Let's call it 12 billion. That's pretty much a 10x from the current price. And a 10x nowadays in crypto, I think, is very rare, unless it's hyper meme coin trades where you stand to lose basically everything you're in. And I don't want to expose myself to that risk. At least not too much. Crypto in itself is already very high risk. So yeah, limiting risk while also exposing yourself to a good upside potential. I'm thinking KASPA is one of those projects. I'm very interested to see how the future is on this. Now, if you like the content I put out, the analysis I make, the stuff I talk about, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps grow my channel, and it helps eventually put out a lot more of these videos or analysis. And also, if you like how I talk about stuff, if you talk about a different crypto or a token you think could be interesting as well, feel free to reach out. Feel free to contact me in the comment section. And I will have a surprise later on in this few weeks before Christmas. And yeah, I think that will be very fun and add on to it. Right, I'm going to close out the video for today. See you on the next one.